Instagram.
Gary.
I do believe we're going to... Is Kelly on Zoom?
Yes, she's on Zoom.
All right, let's go talk to Kelly Clarkson.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
And we welcome Kelly Clarkson. Hi, Kelly. It's so good to be with you. Not celebrating God, your third season, daytime TV, and the Christmas album we're going to talk about. I mean,
yeah.
Do you ever have a moment just to do nothing?
Absolutely. I actually have like time off. Like the past 2 days, actually, I've been pretty hardcore, and it's rare when I work on a weekend. I'm pretty hardcore about not doing it. And so I took my kids to like mini golf and arcades yesterday, and then we went to Pumpkin Patch the day before. So it's just, I'm starting to like, I think when you get a hold of your schedule and you're like, dude, I'm 39 years old. I've been working for a minute. Like I need time off.
You do, and you have to be fair to yourself to recognize you're the only one who can make it happen, because they're going to work you to death. Honest to God's truth, honest God, that's the truth. Like my therapist was like, one day was like, I think you should start treating yourself how you treat others. And I was like, that's a concept. So I was like, I've been doing that.
I feel like a lot of us said that in the pandemic. Like we realized what was most important to us and kind of prioritized things.
Well, that wasn't my pandemic experience. I worked the entire pandemic. So how everybody talks about how they had read all these books and had a life-changing well, I did have a life-changing moment, but I was working the whole time on this show because it started during our first season of the talk show, and then we still continued The Voice too. And I think a lot of people on TV were trying to continue things just to keep something normal for people, since it was such a hard time for everyone. And honest to God, that was really helpful for me.
Kelly, it's interesting, coming up with a Christmas album. Of course, when Christmas comes around, available today.
Yes. In October.
Look at this Christmas for you and your family, especially with all the changes going on in your family.
Yeah.
And then compared to last Christmas with your family, but in pandemic land. I mean, we're all going when we hit Christmas time, we're all going through life in a different way than the previous year.
Absolutely.
A lot of times. And so it's interesting what you're going through. And we must assume that, when your marriage situation changes and you have kids and you've still got to be mom and you also have a career, but it's Christmas, damn it. We got to shut down and celebrate. So how are you ramping up for this holiday season? Do you think it's going to be a struggle? Is it going to be a challenge for you? Are you ready to do it?
No, I think last year was like our first one for our family to kind of, just be very different. And luckily for me, I grew up in a family where we actually didn't put a ton of emphasis on like that kind of spirit of the holiday. Like it was more about like, man, this is the time we all get to slow down and be together. So it was very good actually for our family, because it was the first time we were kind of, navigating what holidays were going to look like. And I think a lot of people, unfortunately have to go through that when divorce occurs. So when you have kids, it's just your emotions, your everything goes on the back burner, and not forever, just for a moment, because you want to make it special for them. But it's also important, I think, and I've learned, it's not a bad thing to embrace where you are emotionally. Like, and if my kids were sad about something like, oh man, like, why are we not all waking up together and they're, young, it's okay to be like, oh, it's okay to be sad about that a little bit. You don't have to pretend like it's not happening. And honestly, because I was so open with them about it, it ended up being a great Christmas because they felt like they could talk openly even at a young age. So, but I think the thing is like this record is kind of based on my kind of walk, therapeutically speaking, through the past 2 years. Is we're all in different places, and it's good to know, and it's good to realize that we don't have to. I'm also from the South, where you're supposed to just smile even if you're having a hard time, and I don't have to do that anymore. And I think everybody doesn't have to do that. Sometimes you're feeling really good and it's awesome, and you're shopping and you want to hear all the Christmas fun music, and then sometimes you just want Hard Candy Christmas, from Dolly Parton, or something that you're like this I relate to right now. And I think the whole point of the record is like you said, Elvis, it's like when Christmas comes around, we're all in different places, and all those places are valid and okay and not forever, but I feel like if we ignore where we're at, then we're not going to get out of it.
Right.
So.
Well, me being from Dallas and from a Southern family as well, I lived in the world of denial and just pretended. But no, it's being aware. You owe that to yourself. And I saw you recently answering a question about how you want to shift in your life. And one of the things you said was, I don't know if you remember saying this, you being so busy, when you come home, you're so tired, you want to rest. But you said, I want to be more aware and plugged in to what's going on at home, more so than in the past. Is that one of your wishes for the new year?
I feel like I've been killing that already. So that's not one of my new ones. I mean, I've really been working hard at that. This year, it's just more of the same of what I kind of feel like I've been accomplishing. So I think this year I just want to kind of continue that. And a lot of people, that's why I made this record. A lot of people I think can relate to a lot of different, parts of this record. But I do hope that if you do relate to some of the more harder ones, the harder kind of emotional journeys, I hope that by the end of the season, you may relate to more of the happy ones.
Well, you continuously bring joy and fun into our lives, and good God, the queen of daytime TV.
Yep.
Do you get embarrassed if someone reminds you that you're the queen of daytime TV?
I don't think that, so I think that's why I don't get embarrassed. It's still funny. I know we're doing so well, and I'm so proud of our team. We do work really hard. I grew up with watching Oprah and Ellen and Rosie O'Donnell. Those are like all my favorites. So I'm never, ever gonna think that I'm anywhere near that. So I'm like, but I'm having a good time, Elvis, and I get to sing and I get to help people, and that's cool. So, but I don't think you ever look at yourself maybe how others do. So, which is probably a good thing. There's only so many room for so many narcissists on the planet. I don't want to join in.
Yeah, you do that.
So, speaking of self-care and getting through things, obviously your music does a lot for a lot of people to help them get through, things that they're dealing with. Was there any music or TV, any entertainment that you spent some time with that got you through tough times?
I'll tell you what, that Ted Lasso.
Yep.
There you go.
Everyone loves it.
It's the best, isn't it?
I'm like, that show, everybody, and I'm not like jumping on the bandwagon. I just started watching it because everybody's talking about it. And then I was like, oh my God, this makes me so happy on my insides. Oh my God, I was like, his optimism is just amazing. And I feel like sometimes I'm trying to be optimistic. I've tried my best to be that kind of person in life, and it's hard. So it's like one of those things to watch and you're like, oh, I feel you.
Well, look, it's when Christmas comes around, out today with original songs, some classic covers as well. What's your favorite classic cover on the album?
Oh, that's hard. You know what? I'd probably have to say Last Christmas. And it was because I love that song so much, but I feel like the music is generally, it's like a juxtaposition of the actual lyrics and the production, the original from Wham. I literally recorded that song in like one take. So I love that cover. That's probably one of my favorites.
And that takes Danielle back to her childhood when she had a crush on George Michael.
Oh, man. I thought I was going to make him straight. Let me tell you.
Oh, my God. So here's my sad story. I didn't even know he was gay when I was a kid. So I was like, oh, my God, I'm probably going to marry him.
I didn't either at first. The other people had him and Boy George. Forget it. Nobody,
Poor Danielle.
Kelly,
both.
thank you for spending time with us today. It's a great day to release an album. Of course, it's called When Christmas Comes Around. It's out today. And you always have a place here at our show. We are so proud of you. And whenever you need anything, we're always here because you may need us one day.
Oh, I love that line. That's amazing. What movie is that from? Wait, that's from a movie.
I just made that crap up.
No, it sounds like, I feel like that's from a movie, and you may need us one day. I feel like that's from something. If not, you're prolific.
If not, it should be. And don't forget, Kelly's also a godparent of a Norwegian cruise line ship, so we have that in common. It's a business.
I'm a godparent of a child and a ship. I am feeling
Exactly. Which one hurt the worst coming out? I don't know. Well, Kelly, thank you. Have a beautiful day, and if we don't see you before then, have a very Merry Christmas, okay?
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.